Hello, my name's Zhatelier. Welcome back, welcome to EU5. We are finally here, and we're going to be playing as Sweden, as you probably guessed from the title and the thumbnail. Let's start a new game, and jump right in, quite frankly. So yeah, we're just going to play as Sweden. And other than just generally learning the game, we don't have any major sort of goals. Although one thing is we're going to build up Uleborg eventually once we colonize that, because that is where I live. So, you know, bit of home field adventure and all that. But as Sweden, we start with a fairly, well, I suppose I could say weak economy. I suppose let's first of all, let's put in some reforms over here, or yeah, reforms. That's the word. So autocracy, extra crown power, that's always handy. So we'll go with that one. I think we're also going to go with the agricultural cultivation. We'll go a bit more towards serfdom, but that's alright. We do get 20% more food production, and food up here in the north is going to be a bit of a problem, so we want to get that done. It's going to take a little while before it's completed. Of course, another thing is, so Parliament, we will have Parliament every, I think it's every 4 years or something like that. Oh no, it's every 5 years, okay. Then cabinet, we can do some cabinet actions. I think first things that we're going to do, like we could, as Sweden, we can the support new farms in north or east. So another northern Sweden or Finland. But we don't really want to do that initially quite yet until we start colonizing in there. That kind of tends to speed up the process a little bit further. But what we are going to do is we're actually going to increase province control in our capital, so that we can get a bit more out of that. Assign a cabinet member for that, which I guess Knut will do. And then another action, we could develop a province, that's one option. Encourage migration would be another option. Oh, actually, I think what we're going to do is we'll start settle tribesmen over here in inland. I suppose we'll start with Dalarna. There's a lot more tribesmen in there, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this fort, actually, Tavasland's got over 6,000. Huh. Viborgland. Okay, so I think we'll still start with Dalarna. It's a bit closer to home. So that's those. We've got, of course, some possible needs. Actually, if we have a look at economy, we don't need the fort maintenance up that high right now, so we can save up a little bit of money. Because we're just going to go out and automate the taxes for now. Might not be the most optimal at all times, but it's good enough for our needs. Then for markets, I'm probably going to do a little bit of manual trading. Mostly to get a little bit of at least silver imported from Prague. I'll do that one. And then we'll let the rest of that be automated. Yeah. I suppose that's already more or less automated. So that's just going to allow us to then, once we get the money out of the silver in, we can do some minting. Right now we don't really have the possibility of doing that. I'm also going to reduce the diplomatic spending slightly. So right now we're spending, I think, about 50%. Yeah, 50% diplomatic capacity. We'll go for like 25% maybe. There we go. So that will save us a little bit of money, because we will have, I've done a bit of a test run up to like 1350 something, I don't remember the exact year, as Sweden, so I know a little bit of what is to come. One of those is buying Scania out of Denmark, and that's going to cost 250 ducats, so I want to save up the money for that. But let's have a look at the other things. So there's the, right, incompetent ruler. Our current ruler is quite horrible. There's some buildings that are unprofitable. Actually, let's have a look at the automation real quick. So the, right, production methods, that's fine. So it'll usually try to go for whatever is the most profitable. Then we'll go ahead and get the admirals and generals automatically placed. But then that's mostly it. At least for now. I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of things that we will not spot in time and all that. I suppose next thing, let's get some research. I guess organized religion is the only one that we have available. So we'll start on that one. And then I think I'll go with guilds as the next one after that. So we'll queue that one up in there. And then I suppose cost of purchasing food is also kind of be quite handy. So we'll queue that one up as well. There's 3 techs. Oh right, we of course don't have a member for this. Oh yeah. Kara Argotson is pretty darn good with the military ability. So the stats go from 0 to 100. And yeah, so that's pretty decent. Luckily our ruler is married, so we will eventually get some heirs. Right now we have no children though. Okay. Wife is 16. So we should be able to get some children, hopefully. But yeah, so let's actually unpause already. Oh, actually, before we do... Oh, Denmark declares a rival. I mean, that's fair. I guess what we shall do is we'll go ahead and declare some rivalry as well. Denmark is going to be alright. We'll also rival Lithuania. And then I think Muscovy will be the third one. Because we're going to have 3 rivals. Depending on your size, you can have different amounts of rivals. And then, yeah, we've got inefficient minting. I don't suppose we've got on... No, we don't have that silver in here. It's going to take a month to take over to those numbers to be updated. But let's go ahead and improve relations with both Norway and Scania. I think we'll also go ahead and improve relations with Lübeck, just so that we can get a trade office in there eventually. And then we could improve relations with Teutonic Order or someone else. Maybe we'll go ahead and... Actually, honestly, if we can get... Don't suppose we can actually improve relations with Hansa, can we? Oh, yeah, we can. There we go. So that's actually good, because that means that, like, if we can get Hansa as a potential ally, they'll probably be a fairly strong naval power. So that might be very handy in the Baltic. Plus, you know, if we can get good relations with them, they might build some Hanseatic contours over here, which will give us a bit of boost, but also gives them a bit of boost. But that might provide us a bit of prosperity. But I think we can unpause now, and let's get going on speed 4. Since every day has 12 hours or so of daytime, essentially, the time doesn't pass that quickly. Oh, Muscovy has rival us back. We're not going to go on speed 5, I think that... While my PC is a bit better these days than what it used to be, it's still not that great. I don't think that's necessarily going to work well with the recording. Anywho, our current population is 760,000, which is not too bad. Could be better, but it's not too bad. And we are... Oh, right, we've still got some inefficient minting, but now we can actually start doing a bit of minting. We don't want to get inflation, but that extra few ducats a month will be very handy. So if we can get to 250, that means that once we get the Scania event, we can just pay off that instantly, and then we don't need to take a whole lot of loans to cover for that. That's kind of the reason why we're not using the money yet. Ah, the 100 Years' War has started. We also have some Sami Patriots over here in Luleå. We'll see how that goes. I mean, they won't be very quick. Now, I suppose, actually, a few things that we could show is our current control. We've got a decent bit in our capital. There's of course, right now, there's a little bit of leeway, I think, at the start of the game, where the power is slightly better, or control is slightly better in a lot of areas, but it's not particularly good. It's okay along the coast. Well, in some areas along the coast, I guess. And then Ubu, over here in Finland side of things, then that is another town. So actually, we've got, how many towns do we have? We've got Skara, we've got Visby, Kalmar. There's actually, there must be a map mode for that, right? I suppose if we've got Berger somewhere, that means it's a town. So yeah, we've got Kalmar, Visby, Linköping, and yeah, there was Skara, Stockholm, Åbo, and Viborg. I'm sure that there's another map mode for finding which ones are towns. I suppose it doesn't matter that much. Now, proximity-wise, it kind of corresponds with the control. Like, right now, we're increasing control in our capital state a little bit, just to make sure that we can get a little bit more out of taxes in there. But it's probably not going to be too much. If we have a look at the raw materials, we've got a lot of lumber, so we don't need to worry about that. Got quite a bit of iron as well over here inland. But of course, the control over there is not very high, so it's not necessarily going to be very effective in providing that stuff into the market. There's a bit of wheat in Ubu, and then there's going to be a lot of lumber and wild game, a bit of sturdy grains as well, and some livestock. And of course, we've got a lot of fish along the coastline. We've got some stone down there in the south. We also got some marble in here. Kulnaraden. Okay, so that's fine. But yeah, let's keep on going. Honestly, because we've got still... Ooh. Someone loses a fortune. So Burgers would lose some satisfaction. Always bail him. Those 30 ducats? No. It's not our concern. The burgers are right now a bit upset, so we won't be taxing them just to improve the loyalty a little bit, but it will be going slowly upwards, so it's going to take probably a few years before they're back to 50%. Oh, and the estates are building a gravel road to Sala from Avesta. No, not in Chirping to Sala, sorry. And our minting is actually still decent. At least we are still importing a lot of the silver, I guess. Oh, we do have 250 ducats now, so that's good. Once we do get the event, we'll be able to... Karelia... I'm going to... So, let's actually read this. Lands of Karelia became a battlefield between Veliki Novgorod and Sweden after our country got a foothold in Viborg, fortified it, and started to project our influence in the region, which collided with Novgorodian outposts over the river Neva. This led to war, which was concluded by the Treaty of Göteborg in 1323. In recent times, an opportunity has arisen to support the Karelians to rise against them and weaken their country. Yeah, I think we're going to support them, so that's going to cost us a bit of money, but honestly, I think that's going to be fine. There is a potential for things to escalate, though. Swedish demands of Novgorodian conversion. The current tension of the past years between Sweden and Novgorod is not being restricted only to border conflicts, but also religious issue. The priesthood of each country, or the clergy, I guess, of each country considers the other to be schismatic. The topic has become to mind of King Magnus IV of Bialba, which has decided to promote a rescue offer to Novgorod, hold a theological debate to determine which confession is right on its dogma, the other country having to convert to the other. So his advisors think that this is a wonderful idea, while others are more cautious about this approach to our relation with Novgorod. I'm just gonna go ahead and... Sure, we'll try to get them to convert. I don't think it's gonna work, but, you know, we'll give it a go. And they de-escalated the situation with the Karelian rebellion. I suppose that's fair. Oh, and then they are... They dodged the debate, ordering us to send Trigger Gunnarsson to Constantinople to debate with the Byzantine theologians renowned for their intricate religious reasoning after centuries of ongoing debates, which beliefs are orthodoxy and which are heretic. Right, we'll send it there. We'll get a bit of religious influence. I don't think it's going to go all that well for us, but, you know, at least it's something. Right, so we're improving relations with quite a few nations. We do still have a little bit of diplomats, but we're not actually getting that much more right now, so we should probably not use the last point. Several members of the nobility have come before King Magnus with a proposal. Desperate for more land and titles, they look for envy towards the clergy, who own considerable land. They ask that we transfer church land to them in return for a large cash contribution to the Kingdom of Sweden's efforts. Of course, in the long term, we would lose out on tax revenues from church lands in return for the short-term boost in revenue. We're not really taxing this church, though. But at the same time, getting extra stability might not be a terrible idea. Now, I do wonder, actually, who are we getting most taxes from? It's the commoners. I suppose that makes sense. I think we're just going to go with the stability. Keep the lands as they are. We'll lose a little bit of money, as I said, but I think that's going to be alright. There's 2 roads being built and fiber crops farm in Stockholm. Oh, that could be actually quite handy. At least, well, it's going to require a little bit of labourers, which we don't have a whole lot yet. But it will be good in the long run, I reckon. But right now, we're, again, still just saving up the cash for that Scania event, which should probably trigger soon enough. Like, it might be like 13, 39, maybe. Well, I don't know if it's a strict date when it's going to happen. But we do have a bit of deficit right now. Now, we are in the middle of winter, so we're probably buying a lot of food, which is not ideal. Oh. Brigadier Borse criticized King Magnus. Well, this is embarrassing, but a little bit of legitimacy. Not the end of the world, though. We'll survive. Oh, right, and some of the roads got delayed a little bit, I reckon. It's currently at minus 20 days. But that may have been... Oh. Aha. We settled tribesmen in Dalar now. Okay, let's settle more tribesmen. I guess the next one's got to be Westmanland. That way we can get at least the tribesmen to be, you know, somewhat profitable. Well, not necessarily profitable, but somewhat law-abiding peasants. Now, currently the crown control is 16%, which is not a whole lot. Oh dear. There seems to be measles outbreak. Now, luckily, I don't think the diseases that we'll be getting are going to be that bad. Like, we might lose a little bit. Population or whatnot. I think we'll be alright. And we do, of course, also have the Swedish-Norwegian Union. Right now, it's a federation more than a personal union in the EU4 sense. We can eventually vote for the... whether we want to maintain the federation focus or not, but right now, we're not really able to do that. There we go. Now that it's summer again, we're making a bit of money. Admittedly, we're not getting the tax from the nobility. Oh, new outbreak. Smallpox. Oh dear. We'll lose even more prosperity in Stockholm. He's looking pretty bad in prosperity right now. I wonder, is that going to be a lot of deaths, maybe? Let's see, is there smallpox? Oh, right, yeah, we're getting some through trade. It's not too bad, though. I think we'll be alright. Oh, well, never mind. We lost our Chancellor. So that's the one increasing control. I get... We don't have particularly good ones as an option right now, but I suppose you'll have to do. It's still better than nothing. It's just not much better than nothing. The fate of Southern Holland. Ah, right, now we can give the offer. So we pay 250 ducats. So we need to take one loan afterwards. And they accept. So now Scania is our vassal. Or fiefdom. They are still... well, I suppose they're paying us a little bit money. We will need to take a loan, I reckon. So we'll take a loan. I mean, it would be automatically that anyway, but we'll just take that loan. And then we'll try to pay that off, and then we'll start actually focusing on our economy. Finally, so we can start making a bit more of an income. It's going to take a little while, but at least... Ooh, a son is born. There we go. We have a spike. Oh. Oh, right, yeah. Norway didn't update their air quite as quickly. Right, organized religion has been researched, so max literary of clergy is increased, and we can have more clerics in towns and cities, which is quite handy. Now, we don't have any cities yet. We've got the 6 or so towns, but that's about it. Let's actually have a look. I think we can see... I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure that I could see the number of towns and all that in our nation somewhere. We also don't have any manpower or sailors right now, so that's another thing, but yeah, it's, I'm sure that we can find, but yeah, the number of towns and all that, I think we've got 6 thus far. Wait, no, I think 7 actually, so there's 3, then there was these 2, then Skara, so, and then, actually, no, 8 total. 8 towns. I mean, it's not too bad, but yeah, well, currently money is still a little bit tight. We'll go and pay off the loan as soon as we can. Which right now, oh, well, Bank of Barutsi has taken on the loan, so now paying the interest towards them, which is still going to probably take us a couple months, probably at least a year, because there's also the winter is going to probably tax us a little bit due to lack of food. I think one of the things that we should probably do is actually increase our food production, but also let's have a quick look at our markets. Primarily Stockholm market. So what are we in shortage? Fruit is one thing. Fine cloth is another. Jewelry. Fur a little bit is not too bad though. I think we might want to get the... actually, once we have the money, we'll build a tailor's guild in Stockholm. Because that is going to be a great way for us to get a little bit extra money. And it might actually be quite worthwhile. Now, if we have a look at the buildings... so where is that? In here? I suppose it's probably easy if we sort by value. Yeah, Tailor's Guild. So unfortunately we can't afford this yet, but Stockholm would be very profitable, and it needs, hold on, how much does it actually need? 200 burgers. And we got over 200 in there, so we could build that. And that would be a lot of money. Unfortunately, we can't afford it quite yet. Maybe we'll actually go ahead and, before we pay off the loan, we'll actually build that so we can get the money rolling. And then we can start paying off the loans. Ah, prestigious family requests aid. Oh dear. You know what, I'm going to give them aid just so that we can tax them a little bit more. It does mean that we need to take another loan. Now that's 23, so we've got 2 loans. We'll pay them off eventually, but we don't want to take too many loans because one of them is, or each loan, if I remember correctly, reduces the crown power a little bit. Well, the amount of debt that we have, so we need to start paying off those so we can upgrade our crown power. That being said, we are about to get the autocracy. So that should help already quite a bit. And the agricultural cultivation is also going to help with the food. So we don't need to import as much food during the year, hopefully. And Bank of Beverages has taken over the other loan as well. So we're paying quite a bit of interest to them, I reckon. Now we are also spending a lot of money on buying food. 1.4 ducats a month. Which is not ideal, but I think we can still manage. But yeah, one of the things that we do need to start doing... Oh, hey, there we go. Westman landed. We've settled the tribesmen. I'm going to go ahead and keep on settling the tribes. Until we are done. Oh, actually, that's all done. Right, you know what? Tavastland is going to be the next. Because then they can start promoting into labor, for example, to get more stuff out of the RGOs. Or resource gathering operations. This March, we're actually making a tiny bit of money again. It's not a whole lot, though, but I'm hoping that it's going to start improving. It probably will. It's just going to take a little bit. Actually, is there any... so, off the trade here, we're already using the 1 point that we have. I mean, we could just stop the automation and do more manual trades, but I don't think we really need to. Actually, no. We'll just increase that to the max. I don't know if that's actually going to increase, though. If we have a look at the current trades, what are we actually buying? So, of course, we're importing the silver. We're importing a little bit of jewelry. We're actually selling a bit of silver that we're importing to Lübeck, interestingly enough. We're importing a whole lot of salt. We're exporting some iron to Lübeck. We're importing a whole lot of furs from Novgorod. We're exporting a whole lot of fish to Krakow. And also a little bit marble to Lübeck. And importing some more salt from Lisbon. Okay, that's quite a long distance trade actually there, but sure. What are the things that we are actually in need right now? Because the masons are a bit unprofitable. I suppose we're not doing a whole lot of construction work yet. We'll just save up the money. You know what, actually... No, we're not going to do that. I could... Oh, actually, how's the crown power now? It's not a whole lot yet. The Autocracy does give us a little bit of it. Or a little boost there, but it's not quite sufficient. It basically offsets the traditional distribution, that's about it. There's not too much more that we can do about that currently. Once we start paying some of the loans, we'll again increase the crown power a bit further, though. That might take a few moments. And I'm going to guess the control over here is actually not too bad. Yeah, we've got 90% in Uppsala. I do wonder, actually. So we've got... What else could we do? Actually, no, we're going to have to change the option because that's going to cost us money to send the... advisor to do things. So we'll just stay as is. So right now, of course, the 100 Years' War is raging on. There's the English and French. Oh, I suppose the Aquitaine has been occupied and a bit of the French. Or the new outbreak, influenza. Well, that's unfortunate. I don't think it's going to be too bad though, because with population concentrations in our nation are fairly small. But the Black Death is one of those things that will be very, very painful. Like, in my test run, I lost about 40% of my population in that. Which was not ideal. Now, admittedly, I had botched some of the things there, so that wasn't exactly ideal either. And I'm doing a lot of trading, automated trading at that, may have caused a bit of issue there. Oh, Oliver Nicholson. I'll take the hit on the legitimacy right now. I don't think I can really afford losing a whole lot of... Yeah, we'd have to get a lot of money to hire another courtier. Let's have the current loans. So we still owe quite a bit of money, actually. Next month, though... Oh, a lender's in crisis. Oh. Okay, how long... So 40 years, lack of financial credibility, so diplomatic reputation goes down slightly. But we'll exploit that. So Tuscany. We don't need to pay the loans anymore. So we're actually making money. And actually, how much do we need money for the Tailors Guild? 35 ducats. Okay, that's a few more months. Now, it's at the currently, it's the middle of the winter. So we might not be able to build that Tailors Guild until next year. But that is at least something we'll get underway. We've also got a Riksdag possible. We'll keep it in Stockholm. Let's see. Increased size to neighbors. 5 diplomats. Oh. Norway and Orszak opinions would go up. Army exercise would give us army tradition. That might not be terrible. Sure, we'll go with that. Not really planning on expanding too much. So we got just enough support to pass the thing. We could grant privilege, but the... Oh, noble patronage of ours. What does that do? Artist salary goes down, monthly progress to innovative. It would have cost a little bit of a loyalty drop on some other groups, but it's actually not that bad. Sure. That's going to be a guaranteed success now. I do actually wonder, then. We could potentially add in, well, the additional taxes that would allow us to tax even further, but that might be a problem. We could fabricate Casus Belli, but we don't really have the power right now. Like, right now, I want to consolidate the positions that we have. Because even if we conquer some lands, I mean, one of the things that we could even do, potentially, is turn Finland into a vassal. Because control over there is going to be quite small to begin with. I think we're going to try to hold on to it nonetheless. So we've got a small influence. We're not really losing a whole lot of stuff. There's 31 deaths thus far, so yeah, that's basically nothing. Ah, we've gotten the guilds now. Alright then. Let's have a look at the advanced tree. So there's the institution growth. That could be useful. Peasant connections, we are now researching that. Could go for the clearing of terrains for max RGO size and construction fees for master masons. I think we might want to go for the mason first, and then after that for the clearing of terrain. And then we'll go for the universal Christianity. Because that will allow us to get towards the stability increase there. Although at this point, by the time we got on this one, we probably have already entered the next era already. So we don't necessarily need to worry about that too much, but we still haven't got the money to build the Tailor's Guild, do we? No, we need 35 ducats, so we got that later this year, though, so we should be able to get that going. It's going to take a little while to build, but I suppose it's still mostly fine. And Tavastland, there's still quite a bit of tribesmen. Ah, we've got a daughter. That's fine. We'll name the male heirs, but that's about it right now. Speaking of which, how good is Spike at this point in time? Not very high skills, but he's also 1 year old thus far, so I suppose I shouldn't be too surprised by that, but I have a feeling that he's going to be better than his old dad. Oh, King Magnus over here. Now, oh, I think we might have the money now. Oh dear, we lose 5%. Well, that's actually not that bad. So, Tailor's Guild, let's build that. That's going to be a lot of money that we can get out of it. No, I don't think we will be getting all the money out of it, mind you, but it's still a decent value overall. Not only because we can then... Actually, let's have a look at the market again real quick. So there is a lack of... Oh, actually, yeah, there's no supply of fine cloth right now. So if we can start supplying at least some of that, that would be worth quite a bit of money. And also, that would increase the satisfaction of the various groups that do need that. Do actually... hold on a minute. So it's the nobles, clerics, and burghers demand fine cloth. Now we've got a bit of shortage right now. So the Tailor's Guild is going to be about half the point. Okay. Yeah, that should be decent, I reckon. And now we're getting 3 ducats a month already. And now, of course, the Tailor's Guild is not built yet. It's going to take some time. Hey, there we go. We're getting more army tradition. Let's actually have a look at the values. So we currently are decentralized, innovative, or slightly innovative at least. We're just kind of leaning towards them, or leaning towards innovative. We are spiritualists, and definitely aristocratic. We got 3 subjects. We are neither belligerent nor conciliatory. We don't have a lot of quantity or quality. The land tradition is slightly increasing. Oh, right. Proximity costs through land is reduced there. Trade range use over land is also reduced. Trade range use over sea plus 5% though. It's not exactly ideal. Max RGO sizes increased slightly as well. I have a feeling that we might actually need to start leaning towards the naval stuff though, because that utilizing the Baltic Sea is going to be very crucial in keeping Finland under control. Then of course we are very traditional economy right now. It means that building costs is going to be slightly increased. We do get a bit more raw materials, and we'll have higher pop capacity and more food production, so it's not all bad. And then individualism, there's, well, we're leaning slightly towards there right now, which does increase morale, and more migration speed and a few other things. But yeah, so that's at least what we've got going. Now, hopefully we can start making more money right now. I suppose it's August still, so we don't need to import any food, so that at least helps. So it's still 200 days for that Tailor's Guild. Now, we do also still have the 2 loans, don't we? No. Oh, right, because, yeah, they were null and void. Oh, we could, right. Also King Magnus. So we can do a bit of centralization. Or we can go towards decentralizing. I think we're going to try to decentralize. I know that nobility is not going to like that, which is going to cost us a bit of money in terms of taxation, but I think that's still, like, going towards the centralization, I think it's going to be better in the long run. Right now, of course, it's not ideal. But I have a feeling that centralization with the crown power increase, that is going to be very, very useful if we can get to there. But it's going to be a lot of work to get to that point. It's probably going to be taking, a long while. Oh, we can intervene in a Muscovite war. I don't think we need to. We'll let them be, but I do see that we are probably about out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll show you the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.